The Commonwealth Queen's Baton, iconic symbol of the Games. It carries the Queen's message on an epic tour of all the nations and territories of the Commonwealth, ahead of Glasgow 2014. From creation to completion, this is the story of how the Commonwealth Queen's Baton was made. In May 2013, the Commonwealth Games Organising Committee announced Glasgow-based company 4C Design as the official designers of the Queen's Baton and presented them with a challenging brief.
The starting process was to try and distill down what was really important to them. They wanted to embrace culture, Scottish culture, Glasgow culture and Commonwealth. We took culture, message and sport and we brainstormed them. And what I was trying to get was a link between these three words. I try and storyboard the Baton's life. Out of all of these brainstorms, we've had lots of people saying, oh, you know, you really need to look around Glasgow at some of the construction and early architecture, because there's a lot of lattice work, especially with the Clyde, you know, with the cranes and things like that. And ties in neatly with some of the early inspiration from Mackintosh and the idea of being able to maybe see the message through this lattice work so we can get a kind of sneak preview. There's a very compelling story behind the product.
The team pull their ideas together and have a starting point for their design.
We've kind of broken the design down into various elements. So you've got the puzzle box mechanism, you've got the way the message is housed, the lattice work and the woodwork, and the electronics of course. And we're independently prototyping all of these elements.
There's no room for error, and time and money are precious. So computer design technology is used to run detailed analysis on each part to ensure it works before building the final prototype.
That gap doesn't have to be there. I could move all of this up and have this lower.
The LED light that illuminates the message is operated by a sophisticated electronic system that is monitored on a mobile phone using Bluetooth.
Quite a bright light.
This is one of the most complex elements of the design.
I've got all sorts of issues that I need to consider that make this a real balancing act, from physical space, environmental conditions, the temperature, the humidity, even international laws as well, using radio devices or air transport as well with battery technology. And there's all manner of things that make this a real technical challenge.
At Commonwealth House, Will demonstrates the prototype.
All we do is we open that, and it means that we can then take the gem away and we get a replacement part which comes in. If we want to then remove the message, turn it the other way until the mechanism kind of goes in on itself, and then you can actually push the thing out.
I'm happy. This is great. This is really, really good.
The prototype is a big success, and with just 7 weeks to deliver the final baton, the team have their work cut out for them. But they're not on their own. Celebrating Glasgow's boat-building heritage, Clydeside-based Galgale Trust produced the wooden handle of the baton.
All right, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, good. How's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Check it out.
The choice of wood for the handle is important. It has to be durable to survive the global relay, so a hard wood is used. The team are also keen that it's light in colour.
We had a big piece of elm tree that we sawed up recently that came from one of the Glasgow parks, and it was just a very appropriate piece of timber to use.
A boat-building technique called bird-mouthing is ideal for the handle of the baton.
The bird's mouth technique is a technique for making masts. Essentially, you make 8 identical slats with a V groove in them, clamp them together in the round and glue the whole lot together, and it gives you a very strong, very stable round shape. It's also very light, which is quite important. We're trying to save weight as much as we can. And the other advantage is it creates a hollow space inside that we can use for running electronics down inside the space.
It's essential that the wooden handle joins seamlessly to the metalwork. A template is used to ensure the perfect fit. In direct contrast to the traditional boat building skills used for the handle, a cutting-edge technique called direct metal laser sintering is being used to build the metalwork.
The metal part of the baton is such a major piece. The scariest moment is basically when you send that CAD data away and they say, we're going to build it over the weekend. There is no communication.
The lattice work is made up of over 4,000 layers of fine titanium powder. Each layer is about the thickness of a human hair and is bonded together using a laser. It takes 30 hours to build the parts, and they're buried deep in titanium dust.
I'm waiting by the phone, not wanting to phone them because I don't want to know the bad news, but I got a call on Monday and they said it went well, so for me that was the kind of most anxious point.
Sitting at the top of the baton is a gem that will be gifted to each nation and territory. There are two elements to the gem, the granite and the coins. Curling stone manufacturer Kays of Scotland are responsible for crafting the granite. And Glasgow School of Art make the coins. All the parts have arrived from the external contractors, ready for assembly. But there's a problem.
No, it's not going to, it's still too stiff, there's something else catching. This is a problem, you don't know whether it works or not until you've got it all together.
To get to the bottom of the problem with the puzzle mechanism, we needed to assemble and take apart and assemble and take apart, and just each time you do that you try something different, and that takes patience and unfortunately quite a lot of time, which we didn't have, but we got there. Several months ago this didn't even exist, not even in anyone's imagination, so you're going to run into some issues. It's always good having lots of bodies on it who can look at it and work it out together.
Despite being tested to the limit, the team managed to complete the baton build on time.
We've got to deliver the baton today. This day was coming for a long, long time, and it's finally here, and I'm mentally where I really wanted to be, which is actually really excited about it. I just think it's going to be a good day. I'm very happy with it. So, piece of... and I'll let you hold it. I'm standing here thinking that we've achieved something which is truly great. I love it, I absolutely love it, and I think that a credit to the team that have pulled it together.